you somehow managed to find this place on a map. Just kidding. Some of you needed to be rescued and brought here. Just kidding. But seriously, thank you for making the journey to Camp RSM. This is the place where Yasmin and Gosha first met. It's the place where they fell in love. And the place where, as long as this next part goes smoothly, they will be married. In case it wasn't clear, what we truly share here today is love. Love for Yasmin, love for Gosha, and we're so grateful that you're here to witness this moment and celebrate their journey together. As most of you know, I'm Laura, Yasmin's older sister, but I've also known Gosha since I was 12. And we became friends long before they got together. So yes, I've known them both long enough to say with complete confidence that this was inevitable. I've had the unique privilege of watching their relationship evolve from the very beginning. I saw their friendship grow into something more, into something awkward, and then even more awkward, and then to something truly beautiful. Their love didn't appear suddenly. It took shape over years of shared experiences, a deepening respect for each other, and an ever-growing instinct to support one another's success. Now, math here might not sound like the most romantic setting for a love story, but it's what we have to work with. They were friends as campers, with Yasmin having a crush on Gosha, and Gosha not fully aware of Yasmin's business. When she was 18, they hit it off at a party where Yasmin's crush went from lowercase c to capital C crush. But he thought she was too young. Finally, Gosha started crushing on Yasmin and asked her on a date. And on that date, sparks flew. For him, not so much for her. And so she let it go. It was very will they, won't they. It cannot be overstated that this story is a rom-com. It wasn't until they both returned to camp as staff 10 years after meeting that their chemistry became undeniable. They gravitated towards each other, supported each other, and found that nothing felt more natural than being side by side, working as a team. When Gosha and Yasmin officially became a couple, it felt so normal, like he'd always been a part of the family. In reality, he joined our lives during the most difficult period we've ever faced. I can't continue this ceremony without honoring someone very important who is missing today. Yasmin's mom, my mom, Anushka. She was a beacon of wisdom, compassion, and fierce love, the kind of love that leaves a permanent imprint. And while she's not here physically, her presence is deeply felt. She saw the beginning of Yasmin and Gosha's relationship, and she knew Gosha was here to stay. She gave her blessing years in advance. And Mom, you were right. You were always right. And I'm so proud to have inherited that trait from you. When she passed, Gosha wasn't just strong for Yasmin, he was a pillar for all of us. In our darkest days, he brought unwavering kindness and stability. Gosha, we will never forget how much you gave to our family, even just weeks into your relationship, and I really can't thank you enough for that. Over the past 5 years, I've picked both their brains about this relationship more than once. It's part of my job as an older sister to make sure Yasmin was making a good choice, but as Gosha's friend too, I've always had both of their best interests at heart. At one point, I asked Gosha to be honest about how he felt about long distance, about whether it was sustainable. Without hesitation, he said yes. He was so confident in the strength of their relationship, certain that nothing could tear them apart. He knew that Yasmin was his person, and that nothing else could ever come close to the depth of their connection. I also asked Yasmin how she felt about him, if he was truly it for her. She said that when they fell in love, it felt like they had invented it. So good. And honestly, it's an amazing thing, not just to hear, but to witness. It's been a true privilege to be your third wheel. I loved our bantering, our hikes, our 72-hour Super Smash Brothers marathons. You're my best friend. And after years of watching you two, I've come to recognize one thing that's especially rare and especially worth protecting: your playfulness. It's in the way you tease each other and lift each other up, challenge each other, make each other laugh, even in heavy moments. That spark, that sense of fun and curiosity is something people spend their whole lives trying to find, and you already have it. So my wish for you is this: never lose that playfulness. Nurture it, guard it, let it carry you through everything that lies ahead. Now, I want to let some others share their thoughts. This wedding is non-denominational, but Yasmin and Gosha have chosen to honor a Jewish tradition, the 7 blessings, or Shabbat Brachot. 7 expressions of hope, joy, and love for the couple. So, we're going to invite a few family members up to share those blessings now. First, I'd like to invite Ben, Yasmin's brother.
It's working, yeah. It's working.
Yasmin, first off, I wish you two a long, happy marriage. But more importantly, I wish that friendship remains a cornerstone of your partnership for as long as you two are together.
Now I'd like to welcome Natasha, Gosha's sister.
Well, Nina, Gosha, may your marriage always be a true partnership, built on teamwork, patience, and compromise. And may you never forget to laugh together, even on the hard days. Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome Kira, an honorary member of the family.
Gosha and Nina, can you hear me?
No.
No? Can you hear me now?
Just speak up, yeah.
Gosha and Nina, the first time I met you, what struck me the most was the way you smile at each other. There was so much warmth and kindness and affection in your smile. And may you always have something to smile about, be it good health, an interesting trip, beautiful welcoming home, or a residency offer. Preferably in Brooklyn, but New York will do too.
And now I'd like to welcome Andrei, Gosha's father.
Gosha, Nina, may you be blessed with a life full of leisure and fun, sports and hobbies. Go together into any activities you have a slightest interest and desire. Climbing, hiking, sailing, swimming, dancing, singing, drawing, carpentry, whatever you want, whatever you wish. And let all this make your mind and body healthy and strong, and your life happy and fun.
Now I'd like to welcome Slava, Yasmin's father. Slava's son.
I wish it was life filled with solid footing, strong holds, like a climb tube was life. May you pass together never be too rocky, and when challenge come, may you find strength to lift each other higher. May your love be steady as a rock and keep reaching new heights. May you always find your grip for each other and never lose your hold. And of course, may your life be full of laughter, joy, and celebrations with plenty of drinks on the rock naturally.
Now I'd like to welcome Sveta, Gosha's mother.
Okay. May you be blessed with the gift of respect. It will guide you through joy and through challenges, helping you listen and understand. May respect be the compass of your marriage, always pointing back to love.
And finally, speaking on behalf of Yasmin's mom, I'd like to welcome Alla, Yuba, Vika, Ina, and Tanya.
By the Jewish tradition, when you under the chuppah, actually it opens the gates to the God, and whatever you say, the God can hear you. So we decided to say it in the form of prayer. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful marriage. Please, please, please bless Mina and Gosha and their families with a beautiful life filled with happiness, health, joy, prosperity, and lots of laughter. Help them to carry love, respect, and the friendship through their life together. Always support each other and complete each other. Bless them with children and help them go always remain close to the God. Help them to have relaxing and fun honeymoon and keep them safe in adventures. Mazel tov.
I'd like to take a moment to ask if anyone has a tissue.
Seriously.
Let me look.
Throw it up. Thank you so much.
Please hold. All right. Let's just make sure we're on the same page. Yasmin and Gosha, I ask you, do you come here freely and without reservation to join one another in marriage? Will you promise to love, honor, and care for one another in joy and in sorrow, in strength and in vulnerability, for as long as you both shall live? Yasmin and Gosha have prepared their own vows to share with each other. Gosha, if you would like to start.
Give him a mic.
I think it'll pick up with her. No.
Good call, everyone.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hold it closer and speak louder.
No, I shut it off. Turn it off. No.
I want to start off with a little anecdote about Yasmin and I's life together. People often assume that good couples don't fight at all, and I guess that they just agree on everything all the time. That hasn't been my experience.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We agree on all the big things, of course, but we have many little fights, frequently, which we resolve in real time. Personally, I find this kind of fun. I feel it would be boring if we always agreed on everything. A recurring fight that Yasmin and I have had throughout our relationship is breakfast related. I make scrambled eggs with onions in the mornings, and I often forget to turn on the exhaust fan above the stove. Yasmin claims that this fills the house with an overpowering stench of onions and ruins her life. In fact, this happened this morning. But we resolved it. So if you catch a whiff of sauteed onions wafting in the breeze, don't worry. You aren't having a stroke. It might just be one of us. By now I'm sure you all know that this camp and some version, about this camp and some version of our story, of our origin story here. For better or worse, the soul of this camp is so ingrained in me that I've always found it hard to imagine myself with someone who doesn't share that. For years, having not found my person here, I thought that I'd have to look elsewhere, and Yasmin really wasn't on my radar due to our age difference. One day, once both Yasmin and I were a bit older, we happened to be in Bruce's house kitchen, right next to the tent, just chatting. I'm not sure if Yasmin felt this at the time, but for me, that was the day that I first felt the spark between us. I remember talking to her and it just being fun. I feel like that sounds anticlimactic, but I've learned from my parents, especially my dad, and friends that being goofy and silly is kind of a core requirement for living a good life. Ever since that day, Yasmin has been in the back of my mind. I didn't quite know what would come of it, but I knew there was something there. Now, some of you know what followed was a string of rejections from both of us, but never from both sides at the same time. At one point, once we started dating, Yasmin let me know that she had been concerned that I was boring, and even worse, that I might be a conservative. Sorry to my conservative friends. I still love you. Once we started dating, all my suspicions were confirmed. In addition to being beautiful and goofy, she is also one of the smartest and most thoughtful people I've ever met. Something that continues to shock me is that whenever I talk to Yasmin about some opinion, I'm always surprised by how deeply and completely she has thought it through. You can drill down right to the core of one of her beliefs, and she's always thought of every aspect and every side, which I find deeply impressive. Another one of her most unique qualities is her ability to make friends and her strange skill at having people she just met share with her their deepest, darkest secrets. I think that this is because she treats everyone as if she's known them for years and makes people feel instantly comfortable in her presence. I guess this is probably also responsible for that excellent bedside manner that she keeps getting compliments on in her med school reviews. Anyway, if she catches you in this trap, don't worry, because at the end you'll get some of the best and most heartfelt advice you've ever received. Yasmin, I'm so endlessly proud of you for the incredible progress and achievements that you've made during the past 5 years of our relationship. Not only have you had to deal with the death of your mom, which maybe surprisingly ended up strengthening our relationship rather than weakening it, but you moved far away from all your friends and much of your family to do medical school in Israel, mostly by yourself. I guess unsurprisingly, you had few issues creating a community there, as you managed to do everywhere you go. I have loved to have the privilege of watching you grow, and I can't wait to continue that for the rest of my life. Finally, I do have some vows. Yasmin, if you marry me, I do promise you endless love and care and to do everything I can to make your life perfect. But I don't want to just promise important but ultimately generic things like love and care. I want to make my vows more concrete. So, Yasmin, if you marry me, I promise to fill up your water bottle when it's empty. Turn on the fan when I'm making eggs. Help you host as many dinner parties as you would like. And get up with you in the morning as much as I can, which isn't as easy as it sounds. I can't wait to become part of your family and you of mine.
Right? As much as I love to perform, I struggle to prepare these vows because, unlike any other speech I've ever given, this is unbearably earnest. It is deeply uncool and honestly a little cringe. But for you, I will brave it in front of all of my favorite people who will love me no matter what. I have already expressed every ounce of love I have for you. I have told you all the ways you impress me and endear me. I've basically shared every feeling I've ever had since the start of our relationship. I considered holding some of these back so that I could make them sound extra special today, but I didn't. Because I will never save my feelings about you for later. I will always love you impatiently and dramatically. So I'll just repeat myself. I adore you. I admire your impenetrable confidence, your reliability, your groundedness. You steady me. I love that you never let anyone else's opinion stand in the way of what brings you joy. You live the most joyful life of anyone I have ever met, and being with you has overflowed my own life with joy. You are magnetic. You are impossible not to like. You enhance every group dynamic without ever taking too much space. You are so deeply impressive. You are so competent. I struggle to find the words to capture every skill that you have because it seems that you have all of them. You are the perfect teammate in every situation. You compensate for each of my shortcomings, though I have none. And I love the relationship we've built. I love the person that I am when I'm with you. You have a zest for life I've only seen in one other person, my mom. My mom is the most incredible person I've ever known, and comparing you to her is the highest compliment that I could ever give. She was warm, brilliant, deeply insightful, and wise. I wish more than anything that she could be here today. But in her omnipotence, she knew this day would come. Only a few weeks of dating and meeting you only a handful of times, she told me that she was certain that you would be the person that I married. While she battled cancer, she would plan this day in her head to help herself fall asleep. Unfortunately, she left no written record of her vision, and so there's no way we could have predicted your hair length. Now for the actual vows. I can't promise you much in material wealth. I have not a penny to my name. I don't know exactly who we will be in 10, 20, or 60 years, but I promise to grow and change alongside you. I promise to work through challenges with you. I promise to always be on your team. I promise to care for you in sickness and in health. I promise to love every version of you fully and without hesitation. And I promise to join you in your constant pursuit of joy. Finally, I promise to keep loving you and expressing that love as dramatically as I feel it. You mean everything to me, and I will make sure you know it every single day.
May I have the rings? Thank you. These rings are small but powerful symbols of the promises you make today. Circles with no end, like the love and commitment you share. We will now have everyone calculate the area of these circles. I'm kidding! That's for the reception. Gosha, please place this ring on Yasmin's finger. Now Yasmin, please place this ring on Gosha's finger. Yasmin and Gosha, You've declared your love and commitment before all of us. You've spoken your vows and exchanged rings. And now, by the power vested in me by the state of New Hampshire, and more importantly, by the power of love, math camp, and sisterhood, I am thrilled to pronounce you married. One more thing before we celebrate. We want to honor one more beautiful tradition, the breaking of the glass. This custom holds many meanings: the fragility of life, the permanence of this moment, and the joy and sorrow that life inevitably brings. It's a reminder that love, like glass, is precious and should always be handled with care.
Can you show the glass? Yeah.
We just want to tell everyone that Yasha Shapiro made this himself. Wow. And so we want everyone to appreciate it before we break it. All right. You may now kiss. Everyone, it is my greatest joy to present for the very first time as a married couple, my siblings, Yasmin and Gosha.
I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time. I'll make you happy. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you.
One, two, three, four. My baby don't care for shows. My baby don't care for clothes. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for and even on a Turner smile, something he can't see. My baby don't care
for Jacob Theodore. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome father of the bride, Mr. Vlad Langman. They wanted you center stage, Vlad.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your moment. Here you go. Okay.
As I'm looking around, seeing all our dear friends and relatives, my heart is filled with gratitude that we are all here today. That you took time to come here and celebrate our children, and that I don't have to rewrite this speech anymore. In case you're wondering, I'm a relative on the bride side. The father, to be exact. Extremely proud father of stunning bride, Mirchi. To be honest, I often wonder myself how I got so lucky. Minachka, from very young age, you never cease to amaze me with your beauty, talent, strength, wit, and most importantly, boundless compassion. Although these qualities of yours should not surprise anyone, since you came from the line of amazing women. You were named after your great-grandmother, Mina, who was fluent in 7 languages and directed the entire school. Your grandmother, Laura, founded and conducted large children's choir in Odessa, in Ukraine. She and her choir performed in front of thousands of people across Europe. You also have a great example of your grandmother, Luchika, with her big heart and strong moral compass. And finally, your extraordinary mom, Amsha, who guided you through childhood and youth. Her intelligence, warmth, devotion, her unconditional love made you the person you are. Your mom, by her own example, showed you how to be the best person you can be, how to help others selflessly, and how to build people up. Anushka taught you how to love with no reservation. Being an exceptional doctor herself, she passed on to you the passion for medicine. She has been inspiring you and all of us for many years, and still doing it even today. You always made it proud. From the first time we met in a Salem hospital, where we hardly made in time for your birth. Thank you, Joseph, for the emergency ride. Through the early years of you being sweetest and most compassionate preschooler on the planet, through the ice skating competition, lead roles in performances in school theater, and a cappella, ballroom dancing with bones broken but spirit unshaken. Through UMass Amherst, most famous for the food. What could be more college? Through RSM as a student, camper, counselor, and finally as a program director, twice. Second time during the toughest period of COVID, pulling through impossible regulation and precaution. It happened to be one of the happiest times of your life when you fall in love with Russia. It was also the toughest one when you first learned about my condition. You are devastated, but not broken. Your drive and resilience have always been extraordinary. And against all odds, they carried you into medical school. And how much joy is it to see the deep bond you share with your brilliant, funny, and over-the-top siblings, Laura. I would never forget early October 2023 when the entire world went crazy. It was impossible hard for me to, as a parent, to know that my child in such danger crossed the ocean. What made it bearable was knowing that you are not there alone, but with your calm and caring partner, Gosha. Gosha, I could not wish for the better son-in-law. You are intelligent, talented, strong in body and spirit, and most importantly, you make a great show of liking Russian food. Your devotion to Mina shines through not just in a way you support her through challenges, but in quiet sacrifice of living apart these past 3 years so Mina could pursue her dream of becoming a doctor. Gosha, you rock. Minachka, a year ago, while the doctor had to urgently fix my blind, you never wavered. You stayed calm and confident. For the first time, our roles were reversed, and it felt wonderful to be on the receiving end of your strengths, your care, and your love. And if that all was not enough, your resilience was tested again quite recently. Barely 2 months ago, you had to live through the ballistic missile attack. In fact, with the missile falling all over Israel, you told me not to worry, as you find bomb shelter quite conducive for step 2 exam preparation. Thank you, Victor and Lena, for keeping her safe and me safe. Worse or not, you somehow managed to get the elusive ticket home to make it in time for the most important appointment, your wedding dress fitting. Mina and Gosha, when you are together, your eyes sparkle, you uplift and complete each other. Together, you are not just two, you are so much more. You remind me of Anushka and me 35 years ago. So can I really express with words what ecstatic I am to see you here, beaming and radiant alongside your best friend and now husband, Gosha. Have a wonderful life together. You both really deserve it. Mazel tov.
Well, Artie's band is going to rock the house here a little bit later on, so. Now, I know Svetlana and Andrew, I told you to stand by their table, but I'm going to ask you to take a place on the dance floor here as well. We want to see all of you. We don't want you tucked away, all right? So welcome, parents of the groom, Svetlana and Andrew.
Good evening, everyone. We are so glad to have you all here today to celebrate two incredible people. One of them is our son, George. George, from the day you came into this world, you filled our lives with love, joy, and plenty of fun, along with some few gray hairs on the way.
And now, we are thrilled to see you so happy and complete with Yasmin by your side. Yasmin, Minachka, from the first moment I met you, I felt constant, instant connection. You have such warmth about you, such grace that makes everyone feel welcome. And let's be honest, you improved George in ways we never could.
Seeing the two of you together makes us so happy. George, you are lucky to have found your perfect match. You found someone who makes you better, someone who balances you, someone who will walk beside you for the rest of your life. And trust me, Yasmin is always going to be right.
Minachka, you brought us not just happiness, but the whole new family. Vlad and Kira, Lorachka, Benya, Benjamin. Thank you for raising a wonderful girl and amazing person. And thank you for welcoming us with open arms. I feel truly blessed.
Yasmin and George, together you are building something very special. A marriage is not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person for each other every single day.
Marriage is a journey, but marriage is an agreement. You can break it. But just be aware. But you're going to be so much happier, luckier, complete, even healthier if you not just keep but cherish it by laughing together, by forgiving quickly, and by always supporting each other.
Tonight, we stand here not just as proud parents, but as two people who are filled with gratitude and joy. We are blessed with all people around, all of you.
Thank you for being part of our kids' life. And may your days be filled with laughter, your nights with peace, and all your years with love. For Yasmin and George, cheers!
Thanks so much to the Marianas. And we're going to ask you to patiently...
На пути к перемене места, где душа доживает вечность, 100 дорог, что висят словно в небе Москвы. И когда над тобой бездна, и бежать уже нет мочи, и тогда ты разносишь ночь, а где ты?
I'd like to invite George and his mother, Svetlana, to the dance floor. Mother-daughter. And groom and mother dance.
Пока все нам горит, надо осесть рядом с тобой.
All right, everyone, they'd love it if you would join them on the dance floor. So grab your favorite dance partner. Don't all rush out at once.
А дорога бесценной жизни.
I'm simply over the moon to be here celebrating the marriage between my best friend, my confidant, someone I grew up with and have lived all my life respecting, admiring, and loving, and Yasmin. I'm kidding. I love my sister very much. Laura, you're the best. Okay. In all seriousness, Yasmin's wedding day has truly come so quickly. It feels like yesterday when I was in the car with 19, 20-year-old Yasmin, the family on our way to a function that Gosha would also be attending, and Yasmin in the car practicing, oh so out loud, the best things she could say to sweep him off his feet. Gosha, on the other hand, was likely not thinking about her at all. On the drive home, drunk off of sangria, Yasmin told both me and our parents that she was hopelessly and completely in love. And less than a year later, in the fashion of a true modern love story, Yasmin would ghost Gosha after only a few dates. But fate, or as some of you might call it, Russian Jewish math camp, had other plans for the star-crossed lovers. The next year, Yasmin was one of the camp's directors, while Gosha was just a math teacher. Yep, I'll just let everyone sit with that workplace power dynamic for a second. Women can be complicit too. I was also at the camp that year and found out quickly that Gosha and Yasmin were seeing each other again. By seeing each other again, I mean that I caught Gosha at 2 a.m. climbing a ladder into Yasmin's room. Clearly there to play their weekly 2-player game of solitaire. Yasmin, I know what you were up to last night, I said, confronting her the next day. It's no big deal, I'm not gonna date him, he's too boring. She responded, lying to herself. And me. 3 weeks later, she is once again hopelessly in love with him, and thankfully, this time, Gosha was interesting enough not to ghost. In the 5 years since, Gosha, I hope you know how much you've meant to me. It might have been a little hard to notice, considering I didn't speak to you for the first year of our relationship, but I only did that because I'm somehow more awkward than you are. That being said, You're a beautiful human being, so unabashedly yourself, and also funny and not boring, as me and eventually Yasmin would find out. Objectively speaking, Yasmin Langman is in a league of her own. She is gorgeous in heels and Crocs, has an unparalleled conviction, and dedicates her life to the service of others, hashtag future doctor, hashtag Dr. Langman. While you, Gosha, like everyone else, have obviously come up short. You've at least come the closest. Congratulations to you both. Yasmin on marrying Gosha, and Gosha on becoming the brother of me. I love you two so much.
Thanks so much to Ben. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is what's going to happen.
We actually have to do a surprise performance. I really thought we could get away with not, but I guess we have to. So we came up with something, and you're about to see it. Basically, as you know, when Yasmin and Gosha fell in love, Gosha was a math teacher. And so we'd like to sing a song from Yasmin's point of view.
Everybody screamed when I kissed the teacher.
You must have thought they dreamed when I kissed the teacher.
All my friends at school, they had never seen the teacher blush. He looked like a fool.
Nearly petrified, 'cause he was taken by surprise.
When I kissed the teacher, couldn't quite believe his eyes. When I kissed the teacher, my whole class went wild. As I held my breath, the world stood still, but then he just smiled. I was in the seventh heaven when I kissed the teacher.
Gonna tell him I dream of him every night.
One of these days, gonna show him I care, gonna teach him a lesson alright.
I was in a trance
When I kissed the teacher, suddenly I took a chance. When I kissed the teacher, leaning over me, he was trying to explain the laws of geometry. And I couldn't help it, I just had to kiss the teacher. One of these days, gonna tell him I dream of him every night. One of these days, gonna show him I care, gonna teach him a lesson alright. When I kissed the teacher, all my senses flew away. When I kissed the teacher, my whole class went wild.
as I held my breath.
The world stood still, but then he just smiled. I was in the seventh heaven